I don't think that Rikers Island should be closed. I think that it should be overhauled from top to bottom. I think it needs to be done over again and done the right way. But I certainly don't think it needs to be closed. Let me tell you why. It's going to cost billions of dollars that we do not have in this city and state to build different facilities in the Bronx, in Queens, in Brooklyn, and make these borough facilities take place. There are so many variables that go along with these borough facilities. Let me give you an example. If you build a jail in the South Bronx, you're going to take up a certain amount of parking in the area. You're going to have buses in and out of the area. We already have a very high rate of asthma in that borough of the Bronx. So you're going to contaminate yet the air that much more. Plus, you're doing this congestion pricing that's going to contaminate the air of the outer boroughs that much more because no one wants to pay to go south of 60th Street. So Rikers Island does not need to be closed, but they need a hell of an overhaul because if those walls could talk, the walls would say, close me. I get it. It's horrible. It is absolutely horrible. And some of the staff, not all of them, don't make it any better. But then you have so many officers and civilians that really, really work hard to make this thing work, but they can't get past go because everybody else is condemning them and pulling them down. I've always said, and I will say this, and I've said it 100 if I didn't say it one time. When you get into a use of force with an inmate, once the inmate is down, it's over. You don't have to kick this man in the head. You don't have to try. Look, whatever you wanted to do, you should have did before you put handcuffs on him. Whatever you wanted to do, you should have done way before it got to that level. But don't start taking that out on him and you got 5 or 6 people. No. And I don't approve of an inmate jumping on an officer. I don't approve of inmates doing that. I don't approve of officers doing it. Treat people the way that you want to be treated. So no, people think that Rikers should be closed. I don't think it should be closed. I think it should be overhauled. Do I think that more than half of the senior staff should be fired? Absolutely. Because if you take a person that's been a head beater from the time they started the job and they had a great weekend and they passed the test and now they're promoted, he's still a head beater. He's still a pain in the ass. You got to rid yourself of people like that in order to change the system. You can't continue to take a pit bull into a room of puppies that's not going to fight back and expect this pit not to attack them. The pit's going to attack. And at the end of the day, sometimes you got to get rid of the pit.